Welcome back to True Crime Documentary YouTube channel. Have you ever wondered how a seemingly perfect life can unravel into tragedy? When passion, betrayal, and revenge come into play, the consequences can be deadly. Today we dive into the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, where the lives of 3 women and 1 promising doctor became entangled in a web of deception that would ultimately end in murder. Our story begins with Dr. Ethan Lawson, a bright, charismatic doctor who was only 29 years old. He had it all: intelligence, good looks, and a rapidly rising career at one of Phoenix's most prestigious hospitals. Patients loved him for his kindness, colleagues respected him for his skill, and his friends admired his drive. But despite his professional success, Ethan's personal life was a different story. Behind his bright smile and polished exterior lay the deep scars of a recent toxic relationship. He had spent the past year with a woman who left him drained and disillusioned. Their time together was filled with manipulation, jealousy, and constant fights. By the time it ended, Ethan was determined to move on, focusing on his career and leaving his emotional baggage behind. Ethan grew up in a middle-class family where hard work and sacrifice were part of daily life. His mother worked long hours as a nurse, while his father held down multiple jobs to support the family. Watching them struggle instilled a deep sense of responsibility and ambition in Ethan. He became the first in his family to go to medical school, dedicating years to grueling hours and endless studying. Finally, he had achieved his dream, becoming a successful doctor. Yet, despite his achievements, Ethan felt empty. He wanted to fill that void with freedom, fun, and adventure, rather than another serious relationship. Little did he know that 3 women were about to enter his life, each one carrying a story that would pull him deeper into a web of obsession, jealousy, and betrayal. The first was Emily Parker, a 22-year-old college student who came to his office with a minor hiking injury. Emily was lively, carefree, and full of energy. She was a literature student with dreams of writing a novel one day, and her life was a mix of classes, friends, and youthful ambition. When she met Ethan, she was immediately drawn to his quiet confidence and the maturity that set him apart from the boys her age. For Emily, Ethan was like a breath of fresh air, someone exciting and different. They started spending time together, each visit turning into longer conversations. Emily wasn't looking for anything serious. She just wanted to enjoy the thrill of being with someone as captivating as Ethan. For Ethan, Emily was a welcome distraction from his stressful job and recent heartbreak. Their relationship was light and casual, exactly what he wanted at that time. By mid-June, they were seeing each other regularly, enjoying each other's company without the weight of commitment. But while Ethan was reveling in his freedom, another unexpected relationship was brewing, one that would add a dangerous layer of complexity to his life. A few weeks later, Sarah Morgan entered the picture. Sarah, a 32-year-old single mother, had a life that was a far cry from Emily's carefree world. She had married young, believing she'd found her happily ever after, but her marriage quickly turned sour. Her husband became distant and withdrawn, leaving Sarah to raise their son alone. By the time her marriage ended, Sarah was balancing her work as a real estate agent with the responsibilities of single motherhood. Her days were long, and her nights were lonely, filled with the weight of her struggles and the need to create a stable life for her son. When Sarah met Ethan, she wasn't looking for romance. She brought her son in for a checkup, expecting nothing more than a routine doctor's visit. But Ethan's warm and attentive demeanor made her feel seen in a way she hadn't felt in years. For the first time, someone was asking about her life, her son, and her struggles. Sarah began to see Ethan as more than just her son's doctor. He became a beacon of hope, someone she could imagine as a partner and even a father figure for her son. She started finding reasons to visit Ethan at the hospital, convinced she was only seeking friendship, though deep down, she wanted much more. However, Ethan's feelings for Sarah were complicated. He enjoyed her company and respected her dedication to her son, but he wasn't ready for a serious commitment. To him, Sarah was a friend, a comforting presence in his life, but he didn't want the weight of a relationship. As the summer passed, Sarah's feelings grew stronger, and her hopes for a future with Ethan took root. But Ethan remained distant, and Sarah began to sense that she wasn't the only woman in his life. Then, in the spring of 2011, Ethan's life took an even more complicated turn when he met Victoria Bennett, a 27-year-old woman with a life of her own struggles. Victoria was married to Adam Bennett, a successful businessman, and theirs was a marriage built more on social expectations than love. On the outside, Victoria seemed to have it all: a beautiful home, a wealthy husband, and a place in Phoenix's elite circles. But behind closed doors, her marriage was hollow, with Adam prioritizing his work over their relationship. Victoria felt isolated, trapped in a life that looked perfect but felt empty. Victoria's connection with Ethan was instant. She came to him for a routine checkup, and their chemistry was undeniable. Ethan, still healing from his past relationship and drawn to the excitement of something new, didn't hesitate to pursue her. And Victoria, craving passion and attention, welcomed the escape. Their relationship quickly grew from friendly appointments to secret meetings. Neither wanted to think about the consequences, and Ethan, caught up in the thrill, didn't ask too many questions about her marriage. While Ethan was enjoying his time with Victoria, Sarah's intuition told her something was wrong. She noticed Ethan's attention slipping away from her, and her initial hopes for a future with him started to feel like illusions. Her jealousy grew as she watched Ethan spend time with Victoria, and her feelings spiraled into an obsession. Ethan had become her last hope for a stable, loving relationship, and the thought of losing him filled her with a sense of desperation. In late August 2011, Sarah confronted Ethan, seeking answers about his connection with Victoria. Ethan brushed off Sarah's concerns, assuring her that his relationship with Victoria was nothing serious. But Sarah wasn't convinced. The sense of betrayal burned within her, and she knew she had to do something to stop Ethan from slipping away. She started digging into Victoria's life, hoping to find something that could bring an end to their affair. That's when Sarah uncovered that Victoria was married to Adam Bennett, a powerful, respected businessman with connections throughout Phoenix. Fueled by jealousy and determined to make her move, Sarah sent an anonymous email to Adam, exposing Victoria's affair with Ethan. For Adam, the email was devastating. He had suspected something was wrong in his marriage, but the confirmation shattered him. Adam spiraled into despair, his thoughts consumed by anger, humiliation, and a need for revenge. In the following months, he withdrew from his work, avoided his friends, and became obsessed with the betrayal he had suffered. On March 6, 2013, Phoenix woke up to shocking news. Dr. Ethan Lawson had been found dead in his home, brutally stabbed in his living room. The crime scene told a story of a desperate struggle, a final attempt to escape his attacker. The community was in disbelief. A beloved doctor, a bright star in the medical field, was gone in a violent end no one could have foreseen. The police investigation began immediately, and all eyes turned to the people in Ethan's life. Sarah and Victoria were questioned first. Victoria was devastated, struggling to process Ethan's death and the unraveling of her marriage. Sarah, on the other hand, was erratic, her emotions swinging between sadness and anger. But without concrete evidence, the police couldn't hold either of them accountable. Then suspicion shifted to Adam Bennett. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a series of threatening phone calls and messages Ethan had received in the weeks before his murder. All the messages were traced back to Adam, revealing a clear pattern of rage and revenge. Adam became the prime suspect, and during interrogation, he confessed to the murder. But his confession held a chilling twist. He claimed Sarah had pushed him into it. According to Adam, Sarah had fueled his anger, calling him repeatedly to remind him of Ethan's betrayal and planting seeds of vengeance in his mind. She had painted Ethan as a villain, someone who had destroyed both their lives. While Sarah denied any involvement in inciting Adam, the damage to her reputation was done. The community now saw her as the woman whose jealousy had contributed to Ethan's tragic end. In September 2014, Adam was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. The evidence against him, threatening messages, his confession, and his descent into madness painted a clear picture of a man who let rage consume him. Sarah, though not convicted of the murder, faced a separate trial for incitement, accused of manipulating Adam's actions. While she maintained her innocence, insisting she'd never wanted Ethan dead, her life was left in ruins. The whispers of guilt followed her, isolating her from friends and family. For Victoria, the fallout was equally severe. She divorced Adam and left Phoenix, haunted by the guilt of her actions and the affair that had set everything in motion. She tried to start fresh, but the memory of Ethan's death lingered, a constant reminder of the dark choices she'd made. Ethan Lawson, once a symbol of promise and ambition, had become a tragic figure in a tale of human flaws, a reminder of how easily lives can be destroyed by unchecked emotions. In Phoenix, the story of Dr. Ethan Lawson remains a haunting reminder of love, obsession, and betrayal. His life, cut short by choices he couldn't control, became a cautionary tale for those who knew him, a story that the community would never forget. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos for more captivating stories. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.